There are so many beautiful things that I've learned from the Mayan culture, and I'll just share with you a few of them because I do think that's going to really help you in this modern world that we're living in. So I just recently returned from leading a Mayan healing journey. We had 54 women meeting me down in the Riviera Maya, where different Mayan healers came up, whether it was from the Yucatan or different regions, to meet up with us, to share their traditions, to share their culture, and to do profound healing with me and the elements of those lands. And I know that the Mayan culture was one of the biggest civilizations we've had. It was one of the most impactful in that it was a written civilization that did so much with studying the stars, studying the movements, and coming up with math for all of us. So they were very intelligent, and there's a lot of different theories of what happened to the Mayans. But the truth is, there are many Mayans still here on the planet, and they've carried on these traditions, and they know how to use deep, profound lineage wisdom for profound healing. So one thing, I'll just share a few that I've learned from them, but one of the things that I've learned from them is the power of copal. And copal is a resin that comes from a tree, and it is very, very impactful as far as clearing out the lungs if you have infection in your lungs. It's also antimicrobial, so it'll clear a space that you're around. It keeps mosquitoes and other insects away. So if you wanted to have space and not have any intruders, this also naturally keeps those things at bay. But they also believe that copal is spirit, and it brings in different ancestors, different wisdom. And I found that working with copal not only has benefited my life, but it also has opened up new ideas. And so that is one thing they were sharing with me, is just try taking on copal. If you would like to burn it in your home, you can use it in incense, and just see if there's any clearing or helps with meditation or grounding your home or clearing your home or just bringing more spirit into your home can be really profound. So what I like to do is just take copal. You can take your intention, you can take Palo Santo or copal, and I just want to bless every living organism in my home, whether it's the wood or plants. It's really powerful. The other thing that the Mayans have taught me is around the power of animals. Now, they have a very systemized Mayan calendar. It is fundamental, and actually we follow some of our calendar based off the Mayans, but they also had belief system of everything being a spiral in the 26,000 year cycle, and then cycles within that. They have this reverence with animals when it comes to these cycles, and how we're all intertwined with different animal medicine for our cycles. So if you've never done a Mayan calendar reading, I encourage you to do one. It's all based off your birth date and your name, and it will share with you kind of where you fit, and it will give you a lot of insight on maybe some characteristics or dreams or passions that may be coming forward in your life. It's really, really beautiful. But one thing that I love is their reverence, in particular to the bees. And the Mayans had these ancient bees, Manapono bees, and they don't look like bees, for one. They look like little flies. But the wings of these bees, if you were to look at them up close, they actually have a beautiful sacred shape, sacred geometry shape. And the sound of them, they believe that hum of those wings, when there's a bunch of them, actually creates healing because of the hum, the primordial hum of the body inside the body. Plus the honey that they make is one of the most beautiful healing honeys. You can put it on any cut, you can ingest it and have profound healings. Like you can just heal any cut from that honey. And when you look inside the hive of one of these, it actually looks like inside of a cenote or the bottom of an ocean. Something that the Mayans were sharing with me was to look for signs from the different animals that you might encounter. If they keep showing up, a bird, a hummingbird, some type of four-legged animal, take note and see if there's a message that wants to be received through that animal. So they use these connectors of these animals to bridge what's going on in our world, or to bridge what we would call the underworld with the upper world. And all of us are living in this, what they would call the upper world. We're walking around, but can we have reverence for the underworld and not label it as dark or bad because of whatever you heard when you heard the word underworld, but really look at where's the sacredness and messaging in caves? Where's the sacredness and messaging in the hives of the bees? What's the sacred and messaging in the rocks, in the darker places that we feel like, I don't know if I should go in? That underworld is a part of us as much as the upper world. So these are beautiful things that they've shared with me. And one of the medicine mans just said, as I was just last with him, he was standing with all of us, and there's all these beautiful women from all over, right? All different demographics. And we also had some beautiful musicians that work with sacred frequencies and sound frequencies, and they're all from different locations around the world. And he said, my mom, when I was really little, she would teach me that the tribes were going to come back again, and that deep, profound changes were going to happen on the planet when the tribes came back again. And he said, as my little 9-year-old self, I thought about all of the people that look like me and all the tribe leaders of the Mayans with their headdresses. They were all going to gather together in these sacred parts of the land, because we were deep in a cenote when he was talking to us. And he goes, as I'm older now, I realize that what my mom was sharing with me, it looks like this, that all these different lineages around the world, different looks and ethnicities that got on planes to travel and are gathering in these sacred spots, whether it's a cenote or in circle, we're coming together in love, we're coming together in unity, and we are the new tribe. We are the new leaders. We are remembering, and we're doing it looking completely different from one another, from different backgrounds. And he's like, it's beyond powerful. And it's a blessing to stand with each one of you, he said, and to share our traditions. Not that you have to take them on, not that you have to practice them, but we're coming together and bridging this idea that I'm different than you, I believe different than you. And we're coming together just saying, we love spirit, we love love, and we respect one another, and we're gonna do the work to grow into our soul's purpose.